Alright guys, so the topic of this video, I'm going to answer somebody's question. It was a good question. I figured I'd just answer it in a video format instead of texting it back, so it would have taken a little while. So this question comes from Thy Art. This is how you take your shoulders out of a chest movement. Now I'm going to assume that you're asking about like the barbell bench press. So we're going to tackle that, and then I'll give you some other suggestions of what I think will help you, because it definitely helps me, because I have some shoulder issues as well. I don't know if you do. I don't know what your situation is with your shoulders, or if you're just trying to isolate your chest. But I'll do the best I can and give you as much information as possible, and then anybody else watching this. So if we're talking about the barbell bench press, what you want to do is, you see a lot of people when they bench, their arms are more parallel like this when they bench. What you want to do is bring your grip in a little bit closer, because most people are out by the rings like this far out and their elbows are flared. So what you want to do is bring it in just a little bit more. You'll have to figure this out, what's best for you. You know, it might take a couple workouts to do that. But start with bringing your grip in a little bit closer, and then tuck your elbows in closer to your sides. So you'll push this way, and that should take a lot of that, out of your front delt and the rest of your shoulders out. That will help a lot, and you'll be able to save your shoulders for your other exercises. Now, if we're talking, like for instance, dumbbell bench press. What I like to do with that movement, I like to do what's called a hex press. It came from hexagonal dumbbell, hexagon dumbbells, and somebody, I don't know who exactly created the exercise, but the way you want to do those is you'll take them like this, keep them pushed together, and you'll come down this way, and that'll keep a lot of your shoulder out of the exercise. That's actually how I prefer to do them now, because just all the years of the wear and tear, I can't handle them as much as I used to. So I strictly, when I do a flat dumbbell, I do stick to the hexagon, like the hex presses. These kinds of dumbbells you'll find at like LA Fitness and some of the other gyms out there have them too. But now if you have like the old school round Vanco dumbbells or some of those that are round, you can still do the exercise, but you're going to get a lot of this going on. And it kind of takes your mind off of what you're trying to do, because it can get a little frustrating, especially if you're using like lighter weights where you don't have any plates to push together and keep in control when you're doing the exercise. But if you're into like I think you can get away with it like around like the 50-pound dumbbells. You start going from 50 upwards, you'll be okay. You can kind of clamp them together where they won't move on you as much. So that exercise is great for keeping your shoulders out of the movement. And then hammer strength equipment is great. What I do for the incline, if you have a membership at LA Fitness or some of the other gyms that carry Matrix or Life Fitness equipment, and then the old school hammer strength incline, what you want to do for those is, instead of grabbing the handles right here where the steel comes down and then welds into where the pegs are, where you grab onto the handles to push. Instead of grabbing onto those handles, grab onto the actual pegs themselves where the steel comes down, and you'll push this way. Now on a hammer strength, on the hammer strength equipment, with these ones, what you have to do to start, because where the pegs come out, where you put the barbells, where you put the plates on, those plates will get in your way when you're pushing like this. And I demonstrated in one of my older videos. I think it's when I did chest and biceps back in August, so I can link that in the description for you to check it out, because I think I went in a little bit of detail how I set that up, but I'll regurgitate what I'm talking about. So what you do is, instead of throwing a 45 on to start with, because your hand will get in the way just from where that peg is and where you got to grab on to push this way, what you want to do is you'll start with 10s, and that will bring that 45 out. You'll have something to push up against where your hands won't be getting in the way when you're trying to do the exercise. That's a phenomenal way to isolate your chest and take your shoulders out of the movement. So that one I highly recommend. And then if I had any other suggestions that I could think of, cable crossovers. As long as you're not flaring your elbows this way where you're just coming out real wide, if you just kind of lean forward and push this way, you don't have to come all the way out like this. I mean, that will turn the recipe for disaster, especially if you're trying to overload your chest. So just keep them right here. This camera, I'm trying. So yeah, just want to keep your cables right here when you come out, and just focus on leaning a little bit forward, maybe like a 45-degree angle, and just push that way. And that should complete your chest exercises, and then you know, you'll still you'll be able to kind of alleviate some of the you know, bringing in your shoulders, because I have to do that myself. All the years of doing like drywall, and lately I've been wheeling out boats with my buddy. I've been working with him. Yeah, just everything, any kind of skilled trade, just being in construction for the past 20 something years, it takes its toll. And then painting, just all that repetition. So that's why I'm going to make another topic on this, as far as once a week versus twice a week training. I think that's very, very important, and a lot of people overlook as far as what their occupation is, as far as building a workout program. Because for me, it's ideal to train once a week, just because of how much repetition my shoulders and the rest of my body gets. So once a week has always been ideal for me as far as training goes. But I'll touch on that in a different video. I hope this helped you out, or anybody else watching this video. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, and then leave in the comments you guys have any other questions. I know I haven't done a Q&A, and it's been forever. So you guys have any questions, just leave them down there, and I'll bam, I'll go through them and try to answer them the best I can for you guys. So hopefully you guys got something out of this video, and I appreciate you guys watching as always. So take it easy.